like have trouble consistently publishing, I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head, consistently publishing like new and refreshing content. Like, how do I know what my people like, right? It's like you want to keep posting new things, new ideas, and you just like kind of like feel like you're repetitive or seem like you're like talking about the same thing all the time. So if you guys have this struggle, let me know in the comments. And as always, if something doesn't make sense or if you want me to explain a little bit further, never hesitate to let me know in the comments, because that's why I come on live, or if you're watching the replay. I love explaining things over video. That's how I explain things the best. So if you guys ever have questions, if something doesn't make sense, let me know. So if you're struggling with, so for me personally, what I see with people on social media and just like with this comment, like this question in general, and then going back to look at their social media pages, or when it comes to myself, when you struggle with consistently posting refreshing new content, is because you're only thinking about yourself, or it's very self-serving type of content. Okay. So the whole point of us posting on social media is to bring value to other people's lives, okay? That can be inspirational content, it can be teaching content, it can be, you know, something that you went throughout the day that other people can relate to, so relatable content. What our whole purpose of posting is to help somebody, either it's like the know, like, and trust. Okay. That's how we build the know, like, and trust factor, is by sharing our personal experiences and sharing our story. So a lot of times we get in this rut where we're like, I don't know what I want to post, or like, I don't know if other people are going to like this post, or like, I feel like this post doesn't really relate to what I'm really going through, is when a lot of people batch create content. So that's why I'm a big, like, I hate batch creating content. I have pictures that I do, like, let's just hypothetically say, like, if I have a photo shoot, or if I take my own photo shoot, which is what I typically do on my GoPro, a lot of the Instagram photos that I use are from my GoPro. So if I batch create photos, that means that I like took that photo recently, but I'm always telling the story or what's on my mind in the moment. Okay. And the reason why I do that is because when you take your customer or your ideal client or whoever's following you through the journey that you're on currently, okay, you're documenting your journey. You are not creating content, okay? So we need to like step back from this thing of like creation mode, where it's like we need to tell the perfect story with the perfect photo, have like the call to action where it's like, you know, let me know if you're loving this or whatever. And it seems super inauthentic most of the time, because we're not asking our followers what they need help with from us, or how we can benefit their lives or bring value to their lives. Okay. So where this all leads to is, if you find yourself struggling to create new content, it's because you're not asking your followers like what they need help with. That's the whole point of having an online business, and a social media based online business. It's because we need to continuously be asking people, kind of like the struggle of the day, the SOTD. I'm asking you guys, what are you struggling with when it comes to social media? You guys tell me. I go on a live stream and I answer your question. That's how simple it is, okay? And I know this content is relevant, and I always have new content because I'm consistently asking your guys' questions. Now, if you don't have followers, if you don't have people to ask, if you don't even know where to start, let's just say you're hypothetically starting a new platform, okay? What you can do is you can go to Google, go to Pinterest, ask these people, or like type in like, what are people struggling with when it comes to social media? Like Instagram marketing tips, and like go live on one subject, okay? That's as if you don't have any followers. Now, if you have a follower base and you're wondering what to post every day, ask your people what they are struggling with. Ask them what they need help with. Ask them, you know, how can I assist you? That's why you're following me. You're following me for a reason. It's because you need my help, okay? So when you direct your attention away from yourself and onto your followers, you'll find a lot more clarity in your mission. It's because you're showing up to help other people, okay? You're not showing up to brag about yourself. You're not showing up to become the next Kim Kardashian. I mean, you could be, but that's not the point. Is you need to start by giving valuable content away for free. And you do that by answering somebody's question, okay? Fightune says you are so consistent. I love that you noticed that. So yeah, that's the whole point of social media. And that's something that I'm a big believer that, like, I'm the type of person that practices what they preach. So whatever I'm telling you guys to do is exactly what I'm doing. Okay. If I'm telling you guys to do a live stream every single day, guess what I'm doing? I'm doing a live stream every single day. If I tell you to post on Instagram once a day, guess what I'm doing? Instagram story, Pinterest, all of these platforms where I'm like, this is what I'm doing. It's because I'm actually doing it and I'm seeing results from it. That's why I show up and I tell you guys. So I'm glad that you guys noticed that. Hey, Emily. Hey, Steph. How are you guys? Hey, Alla. I'm so happy everybody's on. If you guys are on, say hey and let me know if you have any questions on this subject. So my car window is like already fogging up because it's like really hot in here. So anyways, back to consistent content. If you are struggling with posting consistently and having new content, first of all, you're allowed to be repetitive. Let me put that out there, is you almost want to be repetitive, because just because you say something once doesn't mean that all 50,000 of your followers saw that post. Okay. It's more than likely that only 3 to 5% saw that post. That's an actual statistic. So you want to be repetitive. It takes somebody 12 times to see your content and to be like, and with the same message and be like, oh, okay, I understand that. Or, oh, I like this person. Oh, I really like their vibe. I know they know what they're talking about. Like, I want to get more information from them. 12 times. Okay. So this was a big, like, this is something I definitely struggled with when I first started my online business. It was like, I thought that, like, just because I said something once, that like once was enough, or maybe like twice was enough. And it's not. Okay. You are here to serve the people that are following you. They're following you for a reason. And hopefully the reason is because they see you as the expert in your niche, and you can help them, you can guide them along their journey to the path of success. Okay. So it is your duty and it is your service to show up so they can get the information that they need to get from point A to point Z. Or A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That was another live stream that I did, okay? There's no such thing as going from A to Z. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And if you actually did the work and you have experience and you show up, you'll be able to take them from A to B to C to D all the way to Z, okay? So in order to create this consistent content that people are gonna love from you, you need to ask them what they want. It's that simple, okay? And when you ask them, you need to be like, what are you struggling with today? How can I help you? How can I be assistance of you? But if you say struggle, it helps because you're not saying, how can I help you? How can I help you is like a really like open-ended question, because there are a lot of ways that you can need help. But if you pull that emotion from them where it's like, how are you struggling? But how with my expertise can I assist you with that? It's like you're being of help, okay? And that can be as simple as asking them. Now, a lot of people don't like outwardly stating, like in a comment section in public, what they're struggling with. Okay. That's just how people are. Okay. Like if I ask you guys, what are you struggling with? Let me know in the comments. I guarantee you no one's going to comment. Okay. And that's okay. I'm not asking you to. I open-endedly say that, and you can write that if you want. But a lot of people aren't vulnerable enough to share what they're struggling with, which is 1,000% okay. So you can get people's answers by asking them through a poll. So you create the answer for them in the comments. You can ask them to DM you with what they're struggling with and just say, hey, I want to create more content for my YouTube channel, my podcast, my Facebook Lives. DM me if you want your question to be featured so I can specifically talk about your question for you. So if you guys are loving this, let me know in the comments, or if you guys have any questions on what I'm saying, let me know. So Todd says, hey Todd, how are you? He says consistency 12 times. That's how the music industry forces us to like certain songs. Wow. And he goes, we all have songs that we hated at first, but now we like them being forced to listen to them 20 times. I hear you 1,000% on that. Oh my gosh. Or like songs that you hate and then they end up being stuck in your head and you're just like, I didn't want to like this song. And now it's like Despacito by Justin Bieber. That was a song for me where I like absolutely hated it when it first came out. And then like I kept hearing it over and over again on the radio, and all my friends were liking it. I was almost like forced to like it. And then I was like, okay, I guess I like this song now. I'm so glad you wrote that though, Todd. That's so funny, but so true. So yeah, that's really all that I have to say for today. I kind of like am saying the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to wrap this up one more time. If you guys have any questions on consistency and how to create new content like 24/7, like this shouldn't be a struggle for you. And I'm going to tell you why. Well, anyways, let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions before I log off. So consistently creating new content is not hard if you're documenting your journey along with asking people what they consistently need help with, okay? Because more than likely you're going to get a new follower every single day, which means you got a whole new set of problems. But in order to know what they are struggling with, you need to ask them. You can make the asking easier if you provide answers through them through a poll, or like maybe like ask me a question. They have that on Instagram, or have people DM you, or say like email me, whatever communication you like to use. I personally love using polls because I find that like in order for people to be vulnerable, we need to almost like as experts, we've already been where they're at. So we know the problems that they're already facing. So if you provide those problems already to them and you just have them pick like A or B, that's how you can get a more like, I guess, precise, or not precise, but like more of an understanding of like what they're actually struggling with. Oh God, Toddbert Despacito. No, now that's going to be stuck in my head all day. So in order to consistently create in order to consistently create relevant content for your followers, you do that by simply asking what they're struggling with. Prime example, this Facebook live stream. SOTD, struggle of the day. Like I said earlier, I hope that doesn't mean anything else. I kind of just pulled that off the top of my head, like right before I did this live stream. But struggle of the day, someone in this Facebook group asked this specific question word for word. I show up with the question because it's more than likely that out of the 5,500 people in this Facebook group, she or he is not the only one that has this question on their mind. And that is how you can create relevant new content. It's because everyone is struggling probably with the same things, but maybe it only really takes one person to ask the question, and then you have the answer for maybe 500 other people that are waiting to watch this video. So yeah, I kind of like said the same thing over and over again. So that's really all that I have to say for today. My car is officially like fogging up. Like it's like raining here today. So the weather's kind of like been really weird. So you guys like that? I should have drew something instead of like whatever, but I don't know. So anyways, if you guys are just hopping on now, go watch the replay. This is a really important video, and I want you guys to nail down that consistent content is not hard. The moment that and I practice this as well, the moment I think that something is becoming draining or hard means I'm too focused on what I'm getting out of it or what I care about, and not what my ideal clients want or what they need value with or what they're caring about. The moment I switch it from the me method to how can I create valuable content for them? What are they struggling with? How can I assist them? That's when it becomes easy, because sometimes all we need to do is ask them. Actually, all the time. This should be a consistent thing too. It's not like one of those things where like you ask them once a year and then you're like, oh, I asked them a year ago, like they already know. It's like, no, you need to ask them. Like you can probably ask them something different, like I would say once a day, because like I said, just because you post something once doesn't mean all of your followers are going to see it. Doesn't mean your followers are online. Doesn't mean that your thing even came across their feed. Because we have to remember that on these platforms, especially Facebook and Instagram, your content is only being seen by 3 or 5% of your followers. Therefore, it's really important that you need to be repetitive, aka Despacito. Like, everyone hates that song, or I hated that song. I shouldn't say everyone. I hated that song. Now I like it because of the repetition, okay? So make sure you guys are staying repetitive. Ask your followers what they need help with, and then you will always have consistent content. So that's all that I have to say for today. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you on Monday on the next live stream. Bye, guys.